So this episode has taught me a couple of things. Number one, it really loves to focus on twins. And two, Moroha has now become Jaken. Hi guys, my name is Maria Park and this is Approach to Nerd. And in this episode, we are talking about Yashahime Princess Half Demon Episode 10, The Gold and Silver Rainbow Pearls. So this episode was cool. I think it's basically another filler episode if we have those. We don't get more information, of course, on the parents again or anyone else. But we did learn a few things that are interesting in this episode. I think I probably deciphered a few things on my own. And most of this is subjective, but I kind of feel like in this episode, Moroha has now become the new Jaken. So I'll explain after I do my review, or while we're into the review. So in this episode, Jubei has sent the twins and Moroha on another bounty. This time there's a disturbance between two demon siblings named Kinka and Ginta, who are basically born conjoined. And so in order for one of them to live, the other one supposedly has to die. And that's the only way they can separate. And so they're just beating the crap out of each other. And when they get there, they're already like literally in the full throes of trying to kill each other. They meet a villager, his wife, and their baby, who they're basically protecting from the two demons. And the demons are basically telling them, hey, we have to kill each other because we want to live. And Setsuna and Toa kind of look at them. You can kind of see on their faces that this is going to be an episode where the twins relate to the twins. So it's like you have to be a twin to relate to a twin, I guess. But Setsuna starts watching them, and she's already got like feelings that she doesn't understand. But they basically fight, and then they realize that there's rainbow crystals in Toa and in Setsuna. They wouldn't see it in Moroha because she carries hers around. It's not in her eye. And so they decide to do a temporary truce to take the rainbow pearls, and they're going to basically, they come up with this elaborate plan. And this plan is to basically take over their bodies and cause them to fight. It's, I guess, maybe even to the death, something they can't do with each other. And they basically do that. So when they go back to the villagers' couple's house, because they're very grateful that they helped, protect them from these crazy twin demons, after they eat dinner, of course, Kinka and Ginta infect Setsuna and Toa. And so they start fighting each other. But Setsuna is able to use the Demon Slayer medicine to basically purge them from their bodies. But Kinka and Ginta also took the pearls with them. If I keep saying crystals, it's because it's very early in the morning. I'm very sorry. I'm tired. But so basically, she exorcised them, but they took the pearls. So then they go back, and we see the lady that we saw at the end of episode 9, and we find out that her name is Lady Joka, and she's like the head of their demon clan, our Cod demon clan, and she wants revenge on Sesshomaru. So here comes Kinka and Ginta. They're coming back to her because she's like their mother figure, and they're like, hey, we got the pearls, we got them for you, blah blah blah. And she's like, cool, now I'm going to absorb you and take all of your energy because that's pretty much why I was raising you and supporting you all this time. It's because you're basically just an energy source for me. And then so Kinka and Ginta basically are in the fight of their lives, and they realize that they actually do care about each other, the twins, so they really do care about each other. And the interesting thing about this is, as the girls are pursuing the demons, two things happen that I found quite odd. Number one, they once again left Moroha behind. Now, if you remember OG Inuyasha, this is something that Sesshomaru and Rin did to Jaken over and over and over again. And, he would say, well, I'm going to do this, or he'll start talking and they just kind of walk off or just kind of leave him. This is what Moroha's role has become in this series now. Toa and Setsuna are always leaving without her. And actually, it's kind of sad. It's a little bit annoying at times. I feel bad for Moroha, honestly. It's like your daddy was the star of the show, and now you're just a backburn Jaken character. So she is the new Jaken right now of Yashahime, which is pretty bad. And also shows that Toa and Setsuna are a lot like their father because he was the one doing it, and actually their mother was too. So they're just like their parents. So if we're doing a relation thing, every time they leave Moroha, it's just like Setsuna and Rin walking away. So it's interesting. It's just something that I found odd. But the next thing I noticed is that Setsuna's memories are starting to come back. So while they show up right as Lady Joka is trying to drain, I want to say it was Ginta, the youngest twin, and like they are watching it, and Setsuna starts having flashes of the forest fire that separated her from Toa, but she doesn't remember it as Toa, which is very odd because maybe in my mind I'm thinking it must be blurry for her because we can kind of see it in like this kind of film greeny type filter, and I mean it looks just like Toa. She's got a very distinguished look, is very eccentric looking. So I mean there's not many people who look like her, so I would know just from seeing her, oh, that's little Toa. But apparently Setsuna doesn't have that. So but her memories are starting to come back and she doesn't understand it. And my question with that is why, and what does this mean for Rin? Is Rin starting to wake up? So there's that. And then I will tell you, Setsuna showed why she is Sesshomaru's daughter. That girl whooped Lady Joka's ass. I mean, she beat her ass. That was some Sesshomaru shit. It was so smooth. She just came in. Girl literally was like blocking attacked twice. Girl was dead. And it was like, that's how you do it. And so I still stand by, look-wise, Toa is more like Sesshomaru. But personality-wise, I kind of feel like Setsuna is more like Sesshomaru. Skill level, I think they're pretty much even. I don't think that Toa is stronger than Setsuna or vice versa. I think they're just strong differently, but that whole fight was reminiscent of Sesshomaru. I could just see Sesshomaru just like stooping back and forth and just beating the hell out of this woman. And it must be really hard for Lady Joka because she wanted revenge against Sesshomaru and Sesshomaru's daughter took her out, so it is what it is. But this episode, it wasn't much, but I did get that little bit out of it. So yeah, the whole thing with Moroha just bothers me. They keep freaking leaving her behind, and I don't know why. It's very weird. And the whole thing with I guess this is a sentimental line between Kinka and Ginta when they were, Ginta I believe at this point was already dead. And then Kinka was talking about, we both knew from birth that if one died, the other one died because we're bound by blood. And they show like the back of Setsuna's head. So she's kind of like looking like, she is in her feelings. Even when she was fighting, Toa was like, are you trying to figure out the sibling feeling thing? And, a bond or whatever. It's just, I love the show, guys, but there's just elements that bother me. Like, again, with them abandoning Moroha all the time. And, because she's just trying to make a living. It's really irritating. You know what I mean? Like, Setsuna had at least the Demon Clan helping raise her and Kaide. And Toa was raised by Sota and his family. And basically Kagome's family. I mean, it sounds like Moroha was just lonely and always on her own. Just like her dad. And it's sad. It's so sad. Like normally when you see anime series and they have a character that was always alone and they meet their person they're going to be with, like Inuyasha did with Kagome, then their kids don't suffer the same fate. They actually have more of a love connection, kind of like how Sango and Moroku's kids were before all the shit happened. And it's just so sad that Moroha is basically going through the exact same thing that her father went through on some level. Outside of being bound to a tree. Basically, it's really sad. It's very sad. But yeah, Toa and Setsuna, I just feel like Toa's priorities is 100%. Her priority is to get her sister's dreams back and have her be able to sleep. That is her focus. She's almost like she has blinders on. And it's really messed up. And Setsuna, her motives are interesting because we don't really know why she's tagging along with Toa, because she's made it very clear that she doesn't care if she gets her memories back. She doesn't care if she gets her dreams back. She doesn't care if she sleeps. So I think there's a lot more to the sibling bond that Setsuna is letting on. She obviously cares. I mean, in some level, they both care about Moroha, but how they're treating her is just how Jaken is treated, and it's just very annoying. So, oh, guys. guys. But yeah, that's pretty much this episode in a nutshell. There really was not a lot to this. Next week we have another pair of siblings that they deal with. I'm beginning to see that twins and siblings is basically the motif of this show. It is the general theme. Until they figure their sibling stuff out, and we're going to just keep seeing siblings. That's what I believe is going to happen. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think about this. So please leave me a comment below and let me know. And if you would like to sign up for jury duty, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to know who's next on Nerd Bell, hit the notification bell. Until next time, I can't wait for you to approach the nerd. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. But hey, the party doesn't have to stop now. Click on one of these videos and keep it going.